focused on something else, then go right back to it. Not a problem. It's just no more problem than changing the buttons on that gingerbread man from brown to red. No more problem than that. So just do it. 4 diagnosing exercises, and they're all progressive. So you learn a little bit more and a little bit different things in each one, and you kind of depend on what you learn in the last one to do the next one. So they're kind of progressive, but you can hop in anytime. No pressure. 2 remote viewing exercises and in the present, and 2 remote viewing exercises, one in the past and one in the future. So we're going to remote view out of time. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to relax. Just take a deep breath and get comfortable. While you're getting relaxed and comfortable, I want you to be aware. Listen to this environment. Listen to everything around you. You can hear people rustling. You can hear papers going like that. You know, you can hear all this stuff. Just ignore it. It's just part of your background. People may come in and out of the door. Don't say, what's that? I wonder what they're doing. You know, let it go. Just ignore it all. Okay? Give my voice 100% of your attention. And for those, talk to the camera here a minute. For those watching this video at a later time, just intend that you're looking at these people as they were on June the 20th, 2009. Okay, and you can time shift backwards and pick right up with this group. It shouldn't be a problem at all. All right, so let's get started. Go ahead and start your 30 seconds. Close your eyes if you want to, if that helps shut out distractions. Listen to that background like I told you. Kind of get a sense of the background sound, what's there. Then once you hear it and know what's there, ignore it. Let everything else fall out of your mind. All your concerns, problems, issues, things you're thinking about, just let them all go. Okay, see or imagine a 3D humanoid outline, that's your thick gingerbread cookie. Intend clearly that this humanoid outline represents the physical health energy body of Donald W. as it exists at this moment. Now hold that intent. Intend clearly that the energy that represents health in this energy body be white, and what represents a health problem be dark. The more serious the problem, the darker the energy. Hold that intent. Intend that the humanoid shape's back is facing you. Its right side is now the same as your right side. Hold that intent. Now, notice where the dark areas are and which are most dark. With your attention on the dark spots, rotate the image of your viewing angle so you are looking at the side view. This is a side view of Donald W. See how the black spots change position as you move to the side. Now move to the front view. Okay, without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you've seen. Then immediately turn to the viewing the health energy body. Okay, repeat the last few steps to check to see if you get the same thing. So go back, look at the energy body, look at the front, the side, the back. The dark spots are darker, the worse the problem. Go back and look at them again. Make sure that you see the same thing, or if you see something different, then write down something different this time. Okay, return to viewing the energy body. The diagnosis is now complete for Donald W. But continue to look at the health energy body of Donald W. Okay. Now, use your intent to direct a beam of high-powered, intensely bright white light to each dark area. Notice how this intensely powerful light beam easily restores the dark problem areas to a healthy, bright white color. Continue until there are no dark areas left. Now, use the beam to make the entire energy body glow with intense white light. Make that white light so bright that it begins to hurt your eyes. It's so intense and so bright. If the brightness becomes uncomfortable, put on a pair of sunglasses and crank the brightness up even further. Intend clearly that this energy body stay a super bright, healthy white for a long, long time. Intend that the energy that you have placed on this body is so great that it will take the energy body a very long time to absorb all of it, and hold that intent. Okay, let that image go when you're done and simply float in the void for just a moment. Okay, see or imagine a 3D humanoid outline, the same gingerbread cookie, and intend clearly that this humanoid outline represents the physical health energy body of Judy W. at this moment in time. And then hold that intent. Intend clearly that the energy that represents health in this energy body be white, and that what represents a health problem be dark. The more serious the problem, the darker the energy looks. Hold that intent. Intend that the humanoid shape's back is facing you, so its right side is now the same as your right side. Hold that intent. Notice where the dark areas are and which are most dark. Now switch the color scheme. Clearly intend that from this moment forward, healthy tissue will be a beautiful, shiny black, and unhealthy tissue will be a dirty white. The more serious the problem, the brighter the white energy looks. The worst problems glow with intense luminosity, with beams of white light protruding from the afflicted areas. Tiny afflicted areas, even single cells, will be visible in this view. Now switch your intent back to the original color scheme. White is good and black is bad, and hold that intent. With your attention on the dark spots, rotate the image of your viewing angle so you are looking at the side view. Then the front view. Back to the side view, back to the back view. Without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you have seen. Then immediately return to viewing the health energy body of Judy W. Okay, return to viewing the energy body of Judy W. And zoom in for a closer look. Get closer and closer until you can see the insides of individual cells. Look for the problem at the cellular level. Now intend to see the problems inside the cell as red. Okay. Repair and heal an individual cell. Use your white energy beam to turn that cell to a brilliant white color. Intend clearly that every afflicted cell be changed in the same way as the one you just healed. Then zoom out and watch them all instantly turn bright white as they follow your intent and take on the healthy characteristics of the one cell you just healed. zoom back out to your original view. Again, look at the total health energy body of Judy W. Using your intent, direct a beam of high-powered, intensely bright white light to make the entire energy body of Judy W glow with intense white light. Intend that this energy body stay super bright, healthy white for a long, long time. Intend that the energy you have placed on this body is so great that it will take the energy body a long time to absorb all of it. When you are done, let that image go and simply float in the void for a moment. See or imagine a 3D humanoid outline. Intend clearly that this humanoid outline represents the physical health energy body of Jack M, as it is at this moment. Hold that intent. Intend that the humanoid shape's back is facing you. Its right side is now the same as your right side. And notice where the dark areas are and which are most dark. Now rotate your attention to the side, to the front, and back as you will, paying attention to the black spots in their location. Okay, without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you have seen. Then immediately return to viewing the health energy body of Jack M. You can repeat the last few steps to check to see if you get the same thing. Make sure you've drawn it more or less correctly. Make corrections as needed. Okay, return to viewing the energy body. Watch the health body as you clearly intend that the energy body no longer represents the state of Jack M's health at this moment, but that it now represents the health of this person yesterday. Then slip back one more day then another. Now similarly, move backward in time 1 week at a time until you see the black spots disappear. Keep track of the number of weeks that pass. If the black spots do not fade, go back a year at a time, and so on. When the dark spots do fade away, determine how long ago that was. If you lose where you are in time, simply start over. When you get to where the illness started, look at the energy body just as the illness began to take hold of the body. And at that moment, use your high-powered light energy beam to heal the condition before it dominates the body. When you are done, move slowly back to the present time, one time increment at a time, making sure that the ailment did not reinsert itself between then and now. If you find the illness has reinserted, pause there at that time and heal it again. Proceed like this until you work yourself back to the present moment. Now use the beam to make the entire energy body glow with intense white light. The white is so bright that it hurts your eyes. Put on sunglasses and crank the brightness up even further. Intend that this energy body remains super bright, healthy white for a long, long time. Intend that the energy you have placed on Jack M's body is so great that it will take the energy body a long time to absorb all of it. Hold that intent. Now, given what we have just accomplished with our healing efforts and using your intent moving in time in the same way, watch this health energy body as you increment time into the probable future for at least 5 years. Remember what you see. Now repeat that last step, except intend that the result represent Jack M's body year by year for 5 years if we had not intervened with this healing today. Note any differences. Now clearly intend to see both sets of data in a graphical format. A graph of predicted future health versus time, with and without our healing help today. On the vertical y-axis is the probability of excellent health going from 0 at the origin to a maximum of 1. On the x-axis, time goes from the present at the origin to a maximum value of 5 years. Intend to see both sets of data in graphical format. Now, clearly intend that the time scale extend out to 10 years. See how the two curves automatically extend through another 5 years. Remember what you have seen. Without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you have seen. If necessary, repeat the last few steps to check to see if you get the same thing. Make sure you've drawn it more or less correctly, make corrections as needed, then immediately return to floating in the void. See or imagine a 3D humanoid outline. Intend clearly that this humanoid outline represents the health energy body of Isabella L as it exists at this moment, and hold that intent. Intend clearly that the energy that represents health in this energy body be white, and what represents a health problem be dark. The more serious the problem, the darker the energy looks. Hold that intent. Intend that the humanoid shape's back is facing you. Its right side is now the same as your right side. Hold that intent. And notice where the dark areas are and which are most dark. With your attention on the dark spots, rotate the image of your viewing angle so you're looking at the side view. Then move to the front. Without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you have seen. Then immediately return to viewing the health energy body of Isabella L. Okay, without losing your altered state, open your eyes and roughly draw what you've seen. Then immediately return to viewing the health energy body. Now, use some fireplace tongs to grab the black spots and drop them into the large, sturdy, unbreakable jar sitting just to your right. After all the black spots are in the jar, toss in the fireplace tongs into the jar as well. And screw on the lid tightly. Now toss the jar with the black energy spots in it and the tongs into the sun, where all of its contents are evaporated into disconnected elementary atoms and free particles. Around the edges where the black had been, if you see any remaining black at those edges or gray, use a vacuum cleaner to get rid of any of those lingering gray places. Alternately, you may use rubber gloves and a scalpel, dropping what you cut away into another jar. If you wish, you can use a blowtorch, acid, or a laser. Just finish cleaning up all the black. Now, if you use the vacuum, scalpel, or gloves when you're done, use your intent to toss everything, including the scalpel and gloves, into the sun with the jar. Now use your intent to direct a beam of high-powered, intensely bright light to make the entire energy body of Isabella L glow with intense light. But now intend that the light itself pick the color that it should be for optimal long-term healing. Next, intend that the light itself will pick the color that it should for optimal short-term healing. Continue until all the once dark places are glowing brightly and the entire energy is clean and bright. Intend that this energy body remains super bright and healthy for a long time. Pick a sun from the universe, compact it to a size just larger than the energy body, and place it in the energy body. Intend that the energy you have placed within this body is so great that it will keep the energy body healthy for a very, very long time. Hold that intent. Clearly intend that the image of the health energy body change to represent the emotional, egoic, or feeling energy body. Look at the patterns and colors within Isabella L's emotional and feeling energy body. Now clearly intend that the image of this feeling energy body change to represent the spiritual energy body, a body that represents the spiritual quality of Isabella L. Look at the patterns and colors within Isabella L's spiritual energy body. When you are done, let that image go and simply float in the void for a moment. Now I have two pictures on the podium in front of me. Intend to have an image of each picture put on a screen in front of you for your viewing pleasure. Remember what you see. Secondly, move your point of view, your vision, to the envelope, to the picture, to view what the picture looks like. Without losing your altered state, open your eyes and write down or draw what you saw each time. Then immediately return to float in the void. On Thursday, June 4th, 2009, June 4th, 2009, between the hours of 4:30 and 5 o'clock p.m., Keith did something. See if you can find out what it was. We're going to have two ways to do that. First, clearly intend to see a movie of Keith at this particular time, June 4th, 2009, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock p.m. Intend to see a movie of Keith at this particular time, or at least a series of still pictures. Remember what you saw. The second method is to start with Keith at the present, where he is right now. Rewind, moving backwards in time to the given date of June 4th, 4:30 to 5 p.m. And then see what Keith was doing after you rewind to that time. Without losing your altered state, open your eyes and write down or draw what you saw each time. Then immediately return to float in the void. For the very last one, we'll move to the future. On Wednesday, July 1st, 2009, between the hours of 11 a.m. and 11:30 a.m., Donna plans to do and will do a certain specific activity. See if you can find out what that activity will be. You have a couple of approaches. Generate a movie screen or TV set directly in front of you as a tool. Clearly intend to see a movie of Donna at this particular future time, July 1, 2009, 11 a.m. to 11:30. Or at least a series of still pictures or cartoons, or hear a voice describe to you what is most likely to go on at that time. Another approach, you may start with Donna in the present moment and go forward into the probable future up until the date of July 1, 2009 at 11 a.m. to 11:30. Okay, open your eyes and write down what you saw each time, then immediately return to float in the void. Slowly and gradually embrace the physical world. Reintegrate with the physical reality. Now, after you've finally returned, write down any notes or any experiences that you might wish to remember, or any comments or questions that have come up. Okay, we're going to tell you what the answers were to all of that. We have the data, and Keith is going to read some of it. But before that, there's just some things to consider, and then we'll get that data to you. First thing, of course, is, was it real? Well, may have been, may not have been. Depends on how into it you got. If you were absorbed in it and you were just letting it happen, you were just doing your intent, seeing what comes back, and things came back and you were just writing them down. In other words, if it just kind of went like that, then it probably was real. But you really won't know that until you experiment enough with healing, that you get enough data back that you can verify that what you're doing is real. That's important. Okay, and we're going to get a little data back on this now. If indeed you were trying to push it, you were trying to force it, oh, what was she doing? Let me see. It could have been this, could have been that. You know, that's you trying to lead the witness, basically. Then it probably wasn't, because your own intellect was probably getting in the way of it being real. So it depends. We'll see in a little bit. The approach is critical. Silence the intellect, analysis, judging, fear, ego, making things happen. All of those will get in the way. The speed was intentional. How many of you felt I went too slow? You were always waiting for me to catch up. 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5. How many thought I went too fast? You were always struggling to keep up. It's just 1. Okay, so it wasn't too bad. I went fast because I didn't want to give you time to think about it. When you tell somebody, see, what's in the picture, usually you get that answer in the first 3 or 4 tenths of a second. It just comes. You just get it. Now, if you have to start, what is it? I don't see it. Is it this? Is it? You start intellectually analyzing it, you're generally lost. You've lost the opportunity to get the data. So time is not your friend here. You want to open up your mind. You want to set your intent, open up your mind and get it. Otherwise, you need to have very good control over your mind so all that jabber and analysis doesn't happen. If you don't have that good control, then generally your answer comes in the very first second or two. With that control, you can sit there with an open mind and just wait. Without that control, sitting there waiting, the mind starts to get in the way, starts to jabber and analyze and project and wonder and see what the probabilities are, and it's going into all that stuff and churning around, and that just gets in the way. Clear input and well-defined output, otherwise garbage in, garbage out. So I tried to give you some ideas at the way you could structure output. You can get it in graphical form, you can get it in picture form, you can get it in different colors. You can specify the output. If you don't specify the output, it'll get specified for you, and you won't understand what the data means. Okay, so a clear intent and a clear output specification are important. Okay, specific versus general. Again, the results mirrors the intent. So if you have a tight focus and you're very precisely focused, you'll get a very precise answer back. You'll get a precise thing happening. That's, again, that's like the power of positive thinking. That's a very general kind of a focus. Oh, a good thing should happen, that kind of thing. That's not very specific. That'll do some good, but it won't do as much good as if you have a specific intent for something. So general intents have general results. A tight focus is going to require some knowledge. So when you focus in on that cell and you zoom in like that, you can zoom in just like you can on most video programs these days, like a Google map. You can just zoom right in. But when you zoom in, if you don't have any idea what a cell is, like what the parts are, what any of it means, then you're a bit at a disadvantage because you'll see things and you won't know really what they are, what you're seeing. So the more detailed you get, the more knowledge you have to have so that when you get data back, you can interpret it correctly. If you don't have the information, then you will interpret it however you interpret it. It may or may not be correct. Notice we did the look at the front, look at the back, look at the side. That's to try to clear up the left-right confusion. If you don't specify that, then you'll have your right and left often will be reversed. You'll say, oh, I see something's wrong there with your right arm, and they'll say, oh, no, it's my left arm. Well, that's because you didn't specify. And sometimes, unless you're very clear about that specification, that'll get confused anyway, because that's not particularly pertinent data. It doesn't really matter whether the right arm or left arm, you see. So that's not real important data. So it's harder to get data that is less significant. There's less significant details. Okay, so that's why we were looking at sides. And if you're looking just through one, you may see things that are behind each other. That's why we have to turn to the side view, so then you can separate those, and you can say, oh, one was in the front and one was in the back. So you have to look at different views in order to actually know what it is you're seeing. Otherwise, that thing you thought was a heart may have been a problem back there with the shoulder blade, because one's behind the other. So you need to look at different views. If you don't specify that and you only specify one view, you'll get what you specify, just that view, and you'll be confused. Tools. We made up a lot of tools. We had energy bars. We had tongs. We had glass jars. We had vacuum cleaners and torches and lasers, and we had all kinds of tools that we made up. Okay? Now, you just make those tools up as you need them. A tool is just that. It helps you focus your intent. It's hard to do it without tools. That's because we are so habituated to thinking physically. To do physical kinds of things helps us focus our intent. The better you get at this, the less you need tools, but tools are usually necessary. Now, what about these throwing the tongs in with the black spots and disposing of the black goo and cleaning up and all like that? Okay, they're for your protection, but basically what you're protecting yourself from is your own fears and beliefs. What happens is as people do this, they go in and they grab that black stuff with their hands and they throw it out and they do things like that, and then something in the back of their mind says, oh no, I touched that stuff. What if I get it? Well, what happens then? Fear manifests itself. So to keep you from hurting yourself with your own fears and your own belief systems, it's always good to dispose of the black glue and clean up after yourself. Use tongs, use gloves, don't interact with it. And then that part of you that has that belief system about disease and touching it and the rest of it won't get energized. Now, if you don't have that belief and that's gone, you've gotten rid of that, then you don't need those tools. You can let them go. But I suggest that all beginners use them because most people do have those fears somewhere. If there's diseased matter and they get in contact with it, then they're in danger of catching something. Other times people will get the strange idea that they have to take the disease onto themselves. You don't have to take anything onto yourself, but you can do that, and if you do, and your belief system will then liable to make you sick with it. It's a transfer. There's no need to transfer. There's no limit to the energy. These are all just tools. It's not like, well, what if my energy bar tool runs out of energy, and it's not so bright anymore? You're just making that up. That's a tool. It's helping you focus your intent. You can make it as bright as you like. Make it very bright. That's why I suggested the sunglasses as a tool. That's just another way of making it even brighter. It's so bright that you can hardly see it, so then you put on these dark glasses and then make it so bright that it still hurts your eyes. It's just a way in your intent to emphasize the intensity of your intent. The intensity of your intent follows the intensity of the light. Okay? Now, if you were these were friends of yours or clients of yours and you were trying to heal them, you wouldn't do this one time. You'd do this and you'd revisit it several times a day for several weeks. You revisit it. You keep working on it. It's cumulative. So what your intent does is moving data which defines this illness. You're getting rid of it. You're actually changing the way, this reality is manifesting itself. And it's cumulative. So the more energy you put into that, the more likely you are to have an effect. So you do it many times, and you keep after it. Now, you don't have to sit down and spend, 20 minutes doing it. You notice we just kind of popped in, popped out, went back and forth. You can do this. Maybe the first time you take 10 or 15 minutes and work on it hard and long, and maybe the next time you take 15 seconds because you're at work, and it's while you're walking down the hall. You pop in, reinforce, pop back out, and it's only taking you 5 seconds while you're walking down the hall. So it's not like you have to have time blocked out all day long to do this, but you have to keep it in the back of your mind, which is another technique. You know how if something is very important is going to happen, like you're about to, if you go to a certain place, you're going to win $1 million, or, your mother-in-law is coming to visit, or something that's just really, you need to be there. You can't miss it. If you have a big presentation to give at the office, you can't be late, that kind of thing. You know how that stuff just kind of sticks in the back of your mind. You're thinking about it all the time, all day long. You're conscious of the time and how long it's going to be and what you're going to do. Well, you need to do the same with this. When you heal, You not only need to revisit and work on it for several weeks, but you need to keep it in the back of your mind so that all the time, even though you're not